Actress, screenwriter, director, producer, and icon. These are only a few of the words that accurately describe Stefania Casini. However, her battle with breast cancer also shows us that she is also an incredibly strong woman. In this video, we explore a few interesting facts about the life of Stefania Casini, the idol of the 70s, that you probably didn't know about. Before we get into the video, I would like to mention that only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the video. Stefania has a degree in architecture. After finishing up in high school, Stefania attended the Polytechnic University of Milan, one of the largest technical universities in Milan, to study architecture. There, she received her bachelor's in architecture and urban design. Before she completed her degree, she had a strong passion for working with the world of film. However, her parents insisted that she must have at least a bachelor's degree before she would attempt to kickstart her film career. However, Stefania was also prepared in case her career didn't go according to plan, as she had informed her parents that she would potentially use her degree to become a set designer if all else failed. Her career had a very fortunate beginning. When Stefania Casini was only 20 years old, she essentially hit the jackpot in the film world, as award-winning director Pietro Germi picked her headshot out of a random pile whilst he was having a discussion with some casting agents at their office. Then, when he heard that Pietro was looking for a girl to work alongside Gianni Morandi, a famous Italian actor who was well sought after in the 1970s, Casini showed up to audition at the casting. Stefania lived on the set of one of her films. At the beginning of her career, Stefania lived with her friend and fellow actress Sabina Sayufenai on the 6th floor of an apartment building that didn't even have a lift or a telephone. When film director Pietro Germi needed to contact Casini and couldn't do so after multiple tries, he allowed her to live on the set of the house that he had been renting out for the film. A pocket full of chestnuts. Because of this, Stefania quite literally lived on the set of a film where she worked, and she often claimed that the camera crew would wake her up in the morning. She experienced a tumultuous relationship with Joe D'Alessandro. After she moved to New York in the late 1970s, Casini started working with renowned director Andy Warhol, and on set of the film Blood for Dracula, she met Joe D'Alessandro, a famous American actor who had made a name for himself through his acting career in many of Warhol's movies. There was a lot of speculation about the relationship, with some newspapers and gossip columns even reporting that the two were incompatible together and would often get into arguments, resulting in an unhealthy relationship. Casini and D'Alessandro broke up 2 years after they started dating, and Joe eventually went on to marry another woman, while Stefania married her partner of 30 years, Giancarlo Soldi, a director, writer, and producer, in 2014. She was on the cover of Playboy magazine. In March of 1975, Stefania Casini starred on the cover of Playboy magazine, which was and still is one of the most notorious and prestigious gentlemen's magazines published. Steamy photos were not that big of an issue for Stefania, as she had participated in various nude scenes throughout her career as an actress. So when she was approached by Playboy, she was given the cover, as well as 5 pages, including a few steamy photos of her. Her face on the front page of Playboy made her one of the most sought-after women in the United States. And not only did it make her a sex symbol of the 70s, but it also made her a feminist icon because she stated that her body is her own, and she is the only person that manages it. She left her acting career to devote her time to directing. In the 1980s, Stefania Casini chose to focus on her work as a director rather than acting, as she felt as though she was more skilled behind the camera. Between 1983 and 2012, she directed 7 different films, and her final film was a documentary titled Made in Albania, which was released in 2012. However, this did not mean that she completely stepped back from the screen, as she appeared in a few movies and television shows throughout the years. While her latest acting stint being in a film titled Daphne, which was directed by Federico Bondi. She was nominated for 2 of the most prestigious awards in Italian cinema. The Italian equivalent of the American Academy Awards, otherwise known as the Oscars, is the David D. Donatello Awards, are one of the most prestigious award ceremonies that occur in Italy, and only the best actors, actresses, directors, and producers are nominated for and awarded accolades each year. In 1983, Stefania Casini was nominated for 2 separate awards, The first being Best New Director and Best Supporting Actress, both for her film Latana de Dove. For an upcoming actress and director, this accomplishment was incredibly extraordinary, as this film acted as her breakthrough into the world of film as a director. A director created a role specifically for Stefania. Stefania was very close friends with the infamous Italian film director Bernardo Bertolucci, and when he was creating the script for his film, Last Tango in Paris, an erotic drama, Bertolucci created a role especially for Stefania. He approached her once the script had been finalized and she accepted, and felt incredibly comfortable participating in the scene even though it was incredibly steamy and involved nudity. Stefania likes to consider herself a nomad. Because of the amount of time she moved back and forth between the United States of America and Italy, Stefania likes to consider herself to be a nomad. In an interview, she once stated that she is a nomad in her head, and this is abetted by the fact that she absolutely loves to travel. She even made a large number of documentaries and reports focusing on traveling and experiencing the Italian culture as a whole for Radio Televisione Italiana, or RAI, and Mediaset Italia, which are some of the largest mass media commercial broadcasters in all of Italy. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. Before Stefania got married to Giancarlo Soldi, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and although it was highly curable, she approached her partner and initiated a breakup because she believed that it would be boring for him to be in a relationship with a sick woman. In turn, Giancarlo stated that he would not be breaking up with her, and instead proposed to Stefania, prompting the two to tie the knot in 2014. Whilst her struggle with breast cancer was incredibly difficult for her, Stefania claims that it taught her lessons that were incredibly valuable for her life. That you have to live minute by minute and focus on the highest priorities rather than focusing on minor details. She also emphasizes that nothing in her life was ever certain, which is something she learned when she had an encounter with the Taoist philosophy. Stefania thinks it's important to stay healthy. Although she is now 73 years old, Stefania Casini has aged gracefully, and she claims that her looks are attributed to her lifestyle and the way she takes care of her body. Not only does she actively participate in the martial arts of Tai Chi and Qi Gong, she is also an instructor for both arts. In an interview, she also stated that she doesn't like sweets and doesn't necessarily enjoy putting refined sugars into her body, and she avoids eating meat. So maybe there are some tips that we can count on to help us age gracefully. Which Stefania Casini facts caught your interest the most? Let us know in the comment section below and check out the next video in this series. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. You can also click on the post notification bell so that you never miss another one of our uploads again.